So I forgot this, guys, a quick one before the main video starts. Most of the things you are going to see in the video, please take your time, don't rush. You all know I started this journey around January, so this is September. So as a result, some things have been clear to me, some things I understand, like servers, like CI/CD, like pipelines, like builds, artifacts. So some of those books you might be seeing, you might need to do a lot of googling, you might need to do a lot of watching of YouTube before you make sense of it. So I just want to make it seem like it's not like I covered everything this week. It was not like everything I understood them this week. So I don't want to paint that picture. The thing is, I've been reading different things, watching different tutorials, watching different stuff, but the idea did not occur to me. So the idea just occurred to me about releasing it weekly. Normally I do monthly. So I just want to tell you, don't rush, take your time, understand it, no pressure, just take it at your own pace, and whatever you don't understand, feel free to Google or check YouTube out. I actually recommend YouTube. It's faster and easier to grab the concepts. Yeah, that's it. Hi guys, welcome back. This is the Tech Maestro. So an idea occurred to me. I was thinking it's better off to give you guys weekly updates and tell you what I've worked on for the week or what my progress is for the week, rather than making it a one sum all for the whole month. So starting with this week, I'll be telling you guys what I worked on for this week, and we'll see how it goes. So it's not really structured. My learning is not structured. I'm just doing my best to see fit. That's the whole purpose of the journey. So someone else can make sense of it. So let's get to it. So yeah, I made a doc. So for this week, these are the things I've worked on, and these are the books I'm currently reading. So starting with the scholarship, I'm currently on Andela scholarship in partnership with Google, and that's for the GCP Associate Cloud Engineer certification. So that's what I'm currently trying to complete. We're at the second stage. We're almost approaching the project phase, and the information or the courses to complete are quite enormous, and they are quite tasking. So I've been trying to complete that. As in this took, like, I could say, like 50% of my time I've gone into this, because these courses are really technical and they require a lot of practice. I've been using quick labs for it and trying to get myself familiar with the whole GCP console and some GCP terminal commands. Secondly, I'm also preparing for Azure certification, the Azure sysadmin, and I've been using Pluralsight and also reading the Microsoft documentation, trying to know how things work and trying to get myself skilled. Then third is the Jenkins architecture. I've been trying my best because Jenkins is a very cool tool. I've been trying my best to see how it works, and there is one principle I follow while picking up a new tool. So I'm of the opinion that if you understand the fundamental principle or technique, which this tool, Jenkins tool, this Jenkins is an open source automation server. If you understand the architecture of Jenkins, what is built on, it will be easy for you to master and to be easy for you to be able to use this tool. For the books I'm reading, these are a couple of books. I tweeted about the fact that I was trying to understand the whole software engineering lifecycle process, trying to understand how things work, trying to see the big picture specifically, and trying to know how best DevOps fits in to the whole software, because we are trying to take applications from design to production and also receive feedback as quickly as possible while maintaining the software quality. So basically that's really how DevOps is. So I've been trying to have a broader view, trying to fill my knowledge gaps, because I realized that there are a lot of things I really don't grasp. So these are the books I'm reading. Fundamentals of Software Engineering by Carlo Gessi. Let me quickly Google that so you can see the book. Yeah, this is the book. This is how it looks like. This is it. This one. Let me make this big so everyone can see this. So this is it. This one book is quite okay so far. I've learned some things from it. It's very okay to some extent. Followed by, I'm also reading this too. Note, you don't have to finish you really don't have to finish this book. You just really have to take your time and understand and grab what it is you're trying to read. This is also another one. I saw this one on Twitter. The author let me not mispronounce, Ahmed Ashfaq. The author was mentioning something about the fact that he has a book on foundations of software engineering, and so far it has been an awesome read. I'm in chapter 3 or so, trying to see how best to approach the whole software engineering process and understand. Then in relating to DevOps, this is one I'm currently reading, DevOps by Mitesh. So yeah, by Pact. Currently reading this. Yep, this is it. It talks about different tools. It explains what DevOps is, the history, and how best for you to take in or for you to apply DevOps to your whole software. How best you can apply DevOps to your company, to your organization. And it talks about like 4 or 5 tools. So I'm currently at Jenkins. This was the book that led me to study Jenkins and trying to understand Jenkins architecture. And in trying to understand Jenkins architecture, the master slave architecture, I had to go back to understand how the architecture came about. So it came about in database. So I had to like go back, then try to relate it to fundamentals of software engineering, trying to find what fundamental principle or what technique is this Jenkins tool based on. Then the last one, software site reliability engineer. I mean, this one is Google's own. I recommend this book. The thing about this book is you might not really grab a lot because it might not make sense at first. I'm not going to lie. When I was reading it, it was a bit strange. When I was reading it, some things were not clear, but as I progressed, it was making sense and some things were getting clearer. So this is the book I'm talking about. Yeah. So that's what I've been up to, guys, and that's really what I've been trying to understand. I'm trying to build my foundations really well, trying to understand what exactly I'm trying to do, not building blindly or not just building anyhow. And also I'm trying to know the reason for using a particular tool for a particular process, because why would I use Jenkins? There are other DevOps tools that do the same thing Jenkins does. So I'm also trying to see the architecture and how they work. So when it comes to picking up this tool, based on what I've learned, it will be easy for me to understand how Jenkins work and how to use it, because things like nodes, things like builds, jobs, from understanding the architecture, I've been able to like see the bigger picture on how these things are working. So I know exactly what I'm trying to achieve using this tool, and that's really it. There is one more thing I wanted to talk about. So in trying to understand the architecture of these two, I also realized that these DevOps tools are based on different things, and if you are going to be using them, it's going to go a long way to know when to apply such tools and to master trade-offs. So I'm taking my time trying to understand that, and basically that's all I've been doing this week. The scholarship took most of my time trying to improve my Azure understanding to get the certification for Azure sysadmin, then Jenkins. Then one project I have in mind is picking up a project, then taking it from design to production. Then I'll apply DevOps principle to it. So this is like an overview of a project I have in mind that I'm going to use to revolve around what I'm currently learning. So the project is like a crude application. I'm going to use the standard software engineering process to build it. Then along the line, as I keep implementing, I'm going to be applying DevOps principle, continuous integration, continuous deployment. I'll be applying it to it. I'll be looking at different tools. Why should I use Jenkins for this project? Why not Circle CI? Looking at the trade-offs. Then I'll be taking it from design to production. Then I'll monitor. So I'm trying to use this project to deeply understand and know where my knowledge gap is and try to cover it and try to solidify my experience, because it's better if you work on things that matter, things that actually stretch you, things that might be technically demanding, but at the end of the day you get the overall picture, and that's exactly what I'm trying to do. So that's it for this week. That was what I worked on, and I hope it helps someone. If you have comments or reviews, or you have other things or materials which you think I might find helpful, you could drop them in the comments below. Thank you guys.